I started my channel on YouTube a few years ago, and there are a few things I really wish I knew before I got started. The first one is that it generally takes a pretty long time to be successful on YouTube. YouTube is a mature platform when you compare to TikTok, Instagram, and some newer platforms, and you really have to develop credibility on YouTube before your videos are going to be pushed to a lot of people. You should not expect your first 5, 10, even 20, 50 videos to be successful. Unfortunately, no amount of hashtags or perfectly created thumbnails are going to fix that problem. You just need repetitions, and you do need time. And unfortunately, even when you do get to the monetization phase, you probably won't be making as much as you thought you were going to make as a new creator. But we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. The second is that the algorithm is absolutely not against you. It's a really simple formula. The longer the people are on YouTube, the more ad revenue that YouTube is generating. Therefore, it wants to push the best content. And although that's difficult for some people to accept, that might just not be your content, and that could be for a couple of different reasons. First, like I mentioned before, you could just be early on in the process, and you might need a little longer to establish the credibility on your channel. The second reason is that the retention might be too low. At the end of the day, the analytics don't lie, and if people are clicking off of your videos too soon, it means that you need to tighten up your content or maybe try a new approach altogether. Another reason could be that you're jumping all over the place from topic to topic on your channel, which brings us to the third thing that I wish I knew. The third thing is to pick a specific topic that you are passionate about and stick with it. Even in what I do in the music space, there are so many different types of music channels. I've jumped around between soft rock covers, hard rock covers, guitar tabbing, bass tabbing, and at the end of the day, I'm still figuring out what I want to do and I'm having fun jumping around, but that's not helping YouTube to find my audience. The algorithm wants to help you find your right audience, but in order to do that, you need to pick one specific thing that you're passionate about and stick with it. So the fourth one is very specific, and that is promotional services are a waste of money, and not only that, they are killing your channel. Now I'll explain what I mean. Let's say that you pay to get 10,000 views on a video. Those promotional services are incented to get those 10,000 views in any way they possibly can. So what's going to happen is they're going to push the content to a lot of people that are not necessarily a part of your target audience. They care about getting you the 10,000 views, not getting it to the right people to increase your retention rate and build an audience over a long period of time. So while you got your 10,000 views, you likely had very low retention rates because it got pushed to a lot of people that don't care about that topic. Then what happens next is the algorithm reads that you have very low retention rates, and it's going to be even less likely to push future videos out. And once you stop paying for the promotional services, your view count is likely to drop significantly because you're no longer willing to pay and you have very low retention rates. And now the fifth one, and this is arguably the most important, is that YouTube, specifically AdSense, just flat out does not pay that well. As a newly monetized creator in the music space, I make about $20 a month on AdSense. That's it. But let's step outside of my specific situation and I'll give you a few broader facts. At the time that I'm making this video, there are currently about 31 million active YouTube channels, of which 80,000 have monetized. That is roughly 1/4 of 1% monetized channels. Then of that fraction of a percent of YouTubers who have monetized channels, about 97.5% don't make enough to hit the US poverty line. I'll say it again, 97.5% don't make enough to hit the US poverty line. Then stepping into it even further, 1/10 of 1% make greater than $50,000 a year, and 1/100th make more than $500,000 a year. Now obviously for a lot of content creators, AdSense is not their primary source of revenue. A lot sign brand deals, but that's not something you can necessarily bank on, especially as a new YouTuber. Now I say that not to be overly negative or dramatic, but people need to know it is statistically unlikely that you will be able to rely on social media as your primary source of income. And you should absolutely know that going in. So don't let your driving force be the money and the view count. Choose something that you are genuinely passionate about. If you choose something that you are really passionate about, you'll enjoy the process of creating something every time you step into that world. By choosing something that you're passionate about, it'll make your videos a lot more likely to succeed because that passion will come through in your videos. So if you're just starting out, I really hope this video helped you. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you for the next one.